Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, was born around 980 CE in the city of Bukhara, which is in present-day Uzbekistan. His full name was Abu Ali al-Husayn ibn Abdullah ibn Sina, and he belonged to a Persian family. His father, a prominent scholar and a government official, provided Ibn Sina with an education from an early age. His initial studies were focused on the Quran, logic, and Arabic grammar, but he quickly displayed exceptional talent in a wide range of subjects, particularly in philosophy, mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. By the age of 16, Ibn Sina had mastered most of the major fields of knowledge of his most famous early work and had already begun to write his own works. But it was his interest in medicine that brought him lasting recognition. Ibn Sina was a true polymath, and his deep intellectual curiosity led him to study not only traditional Islamic texts, but also the works of ancient Greek philosophers, particularly Aristotle and Galen. He is credited with synthesizing the knowledge of both the ancient Greek and Islamic traditions and then expanding it with his own insights. His ability to integrate the rationalist philosophy of Aristotle with the mystical thought of Neoplatonism helped him bridge gaps in Islamic intellectual thought. At the age of 18, Ibn Sina gained the patronage of the Samanid ruler, who recognized his brilliance. This allowed him access to the royal library, where he studied a vast array of texts, from philosophy to medicine. His early accomplishments include writing a detailed commentary on Aristotle's Organon, which significantly influenced later scholars in both the Islamic and Western worlds. He quickly gained fame for his intellectual prowess, and his ability to treat illnesses made him sought after as a physician. One of Ibn Sina's most notable contributions to the field of medicine was his magnum opus, the Canon of Medicine, al-Qanun fi al-Tibb, which became one of the most influential medical texts in both the Islamic world and Europe for centuries. The work was an encyclopedic compilation of medical knowledge, drawing on the works of Hippocrates, Galen, and his own clinical observations. It covered everything from the anatomy of the human body to the diagnosis and treatment of diseases, and it provided guidelines for physicians on how to treat various conditions. The canon remained a key reference in Europe and the Islamic world well into the Renaissance, with many universities using it as a textbook for centuries. Ibn Sina's contributions were not limited to medicine. He was also a key figure in the development of philosophy in the Islamic Golden Age. His philosophical work, especially his Book of Healing, Kitab al-Shifa, integrated metaphysics, ethics, logic, and natural philosophy. His work on logic and metaphysics, influenced by Aristotle and Plotinus, sought to reconcile the rationality of Greek philosophy with Islamic theology. He also developed the concept of the necessary existent, wajib al-wujud, which referred to a being that must exist, a concept that played an important role in Islamic scholasticism. While Ibn Sina's intellectual career flourished, his personal life was often marked by political instability. Throughout his life, he moved from one court to another, seeking patronage from various rulers. His time in the courts of the Samanids, Buyids, and the Ghaznavids was filled with political intrigue and military conflict. At one point, Ibn Sina was even imprisoned for a short period due to a political dispute with a ruler. But his remarkable medical skills gained him his freedom when he successfully treated the ruler's illness. Despite the upheaval in his life, Ibn Sina's legacy continued to grow. His work was transmitted to Europe through Latin translations, which were made starting in the 12th century. Scholars such as Thomas Aquinas were deeply influenced by his philosophical ideas, especially his integration of Aristotle's logic with Islamic thought. Ibn Sina's medical writings were also translated and became essential texts in the medieval European curriculum, greatly influencing both Western and Islamic medical practices. Towards the end of his life, Ibn Sina became more focused on his spiritual beliefs and the metaphysical aspects of existence. He believed that the ultimate goal of human life was to achieve knowledge of the divine, and his later works reflect this focus on the relationship between the physical and spiritual realms. He also wrote on astrology, alchemy, and other sciences, although these fields were not as influential as his contributions to philosophy and medicine. Ibn Sina passed away in 1037 CE in Hamadan, Persia, at the age of 57. His death marked the end of a remarkable life, one that left an indelible mark on both the Islamic world and Europe. His contributions to philosophy, medicine, and science were profound, and his works influenced generations of scholars. He was regarded as a philosopher, scientist, and physician, but his legacy is most strongly tied to his synthesis of knowledge from multiple traditions, his pioneering contributions to medicine, and his intellectual achievements that shaped the course of both Islamic and Western thought. Today, Ibn Sina's influence endures, with his works continuing to be studied in fields ranging from medicine to philosophy. His holistic approach to knowledge, which combined reason, observation, and spirituality, remains a model for those seeking to understand the complexities of the world and the universe. As one of the greatest minds of the Islamic Golden Age, Ibn Sina's impact on intellectual history is immeasurable, and his legacy remains one of the most important in the history of human thought.